Welcome back to our channel where we provide updates and undisclosed narratives on Catherine, Princess of Wales, and her royal family. We provide you with the exciting news, most insane things that happen if Catherine, Princess of Wales, becomes Queen. In the previous year, senior royals' health issues have raised questions about the Prince and Princess of Wales's future. King Charles III and Catherine, Princess of Wales, were diagnosed with cancer in early 2024, highlighting the ramifications of Prince William becoming king and his marriage becoming consort. The family's priority is recuperation and care, but the succession line is uncertain, raising questions about how a new king and queen may change life obligations and customs. After marrying Prince William in 2011, Catherine Middleton became a royal celebrity. From Duchess of Cambridge to Princess of Wales, she gained public attention and governmental duties. Her coronation as Queen Consort changed practically every aspect of her public life and introduced new conventions, obligations, and expectations. I shall analyze 20 key aspects of the shift from her title to the monarchy's current effects. 20. Catherine becomes Queen. Catherine William's spouse will become Queen Catherine after his coronation. Fundamental royal etiquette underpins it. HRH Princess of Wales is her current title. Though not officially Princess Catherine, the media and public call her that. Princesses like Beatrice and Eugenie often use their first names after their titles. After her marriage, Catherine is called Princess of Wales instead of Princess Catherine. That'll change as Queen Consort. The sovereign's consort will be Queen Catherine, according to royal researcher Marlene Koenig. After marrying King George VI, Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon was called Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, but after her daughter's coronation, she was called Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. The style change goes beyond terminology. The Queen Consort will become the highest-ranking female in the UK and Commonwealth, changing precedent and image. The media institutions and other nations will see her differently in official papers, invitations, and state etiquette once she becomes Queen Catherine from the Princess of Wales. Catherine will take on a new identity, with altered monograms, symbols, and royal connections for symbolic and practical reasons. In addition to formal fashion, subtle changes occur. Queens are expected to be formal and reserved at times. New photos and portraits will change her image. Event signage, official letter writing, and philanthropic patronage will be updated. Given the global perspective of the British monarchy, other countries and etiquette offices will change their rituals and diplomatic communications. The term Queen Catherine is brief, yet it affects various little but significant public and institutional space. 19. Honoring the sovereign protocol requires royals to bow and curtsy. Except in the presence of William, Catherine must submit to blood princesses like Princess Alexandra, Princess Beatrice, and Princess Eugenie. Royal etiquette is strict, and little actions show status and history. As William takes the throne, order changes. As Queen Consort, Catherine will follow the monarch. Coronation will mark a major change. Catherine will kneel before her husband as he is crowned to show her allegiance and support in this event seen by hundreds of millions. Personally orchestrated yet constitutionally and ceremonially important, the public tribute shows the monarchy's framework to the country and the world. The precedent shift affects life after the coronation. Catherine will attend state processions, seating arrangements, and dignitary announcements. She will be more prominent during investitures, state dinners, and official trips. Ancient rituals show the institution's continuity and endurance. Catherine's consortship will be marked by her balance between personal devotion and public dignity as she adjusts to new public dynamics. Also included is the crowd. These events address legal and dramatic subjects for local and international audiences. Catherine's position, emotion, and interactions with the sovereign influence public debate on the monarchy's legitimacy. In an age of internet symbol debates, tributes must be real. Authenticity helps create a fresh public identity. 18. Public duty and home life. Queen Consort. Catherine's official duties would rise, making it harder to balance public and personal life. She and William have 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, complicating family and public duties. Royals occasionally had several official tasks, but Prince Charles had hundreds of engagements every year as the heir presumptive. As Queen Consort Catherine helped the king in state banquets, diplomatic events, solo engagements, and numerous public appearances. She would attend official events, entertain foreign guests, visit charities and towns alone, and represent the monarch locally and internationally during the king's absence. Catherine has publicly discussed parenting highlights and problems to connect with other parents and families. Her new post will require more travel, formal engagements, and a stricter public schedule than the Princess of Wales, limiting family time. Watch how she and William handle such issues. They may promote normalcy via targeted family vacations, restricted working days for senior royals, and private estates. Their behavior has shaped popular perceptions of the monarchy and may affect royal work-life balance. They must balance being relevant parents, allowing children to engage in common activities when possible, with symbolic power. Their success will affect their personal lives and British public opinions of the monarchy. Early public criticism is emotionally important for children. The pair must balance public duty with parenthood. Personal and constitutional choices will determine young royals' education privacy and public service speed. For families with caring and public duties, the family's decisions may impact British work-life balance discussions. 17. Family-related public interest. Size and decisions of the royal family are closely examined. William and Catherine had 3 children, more than before. Queen Elizabeth II had 4 children, the youngest born in her late 40s, showing that royal family planning may span years and situations. The press has speculated about William and Catherine having a 4th child due to history. They make a personal choice under expanding public responsibility. New pregnancy would provide physical and logistical obstacles while juggling a busy public agenda. Media intrusion, mental and physical well-being, and stable offspring are modern aspects. Public debate generally centers on the size and expense of the royal family, asking if more children need more government financing, or put more pressure on fewer working royals. William and Catherine's parenting choices shape public opinion. Royal births have always been ceremonial, diplomatic, and political. Their decision to conceive more children would draw attention and need security and ceremony. Not doing so may someday be accepted, but it will still prompt questions about responsibility versus choice. Though addressed publicly, child-related choices are personal and complicated and belong to the couple. Generational concerns may complicate planning in a waning monarchy, cutting expenditures and duties. As members age, a bigger family may assign public duties. Cultural conventions on family, gender, and duty will shape public opinion on contemporary royal life and William and Catherine's decision. 16. Meaning of being Queen Consort. Queen consorts have a high title but largely ceremonial and supportive roles. They do not attend cabinet meetings, endorse official documents, or have constitutional authority like Queen Elizabeth II. Marlene Koenig says, "There is no genuine constitutional function for a consort merely by tradition, but she will hold the position of First Lady of the land in precedence." Catherine co-hosted formal occasions, met foreign dignitaries, promoted charities, and advised the king. Since her public work has focused on early childhood development, mental health, and children's welfare, she is expected to perform the king's obligations. She could influence public discussion, collect money, and promote underrepresented groups from that position. The consort symbolizes national continuity ideals and stability during national events. The consort's public appearances inspire popular trust in royal support and coherence. Despite without constitutional power, the consort may affect morality and culture. As Catherine moves from outreach to significant national tasks as queen consort, her role will change more in size than in substance. Her effectiveness and longevity as consort depend on her ability to balance tradition and modern challenges in public participation. There are practical limits. The consort must avoid politics and select public causes with policy ramifications to retain the monarchy's impartiality. Avoiding political participation while seeming committed is difficult. The most successful consorts have gradually altered public life by combining professionals encouraging research and promoting evidence-based solutions above partisanship. Catherine's intellectual and charity background may make her a good soft power leader. 15. Coronation of king male and female sovereigns, consorts, and spouses follow different protocols. A king's wife is queen consort, while a queen's spouse is prince consort. This explains why Prince Philip was not crowned during Queen Elizabeth II's 1953 coronation, despite his tribute and participation. Unless unusual circumstances occur, Catherine will become queen following William's coronation. This custom is acknowledged on the royal website. Personal commitment and constitutional emblem, a dual coronation, symbolizes the teamwork needed for a new monarchy. Coronations include anointing vows and regalia, and the consort's crowning endorses the king and country. Catherine's coronation would conclude her years of preparation. It involves the personal meaning of being anointed and crowned, and the civic duty to incorporate the ceremony's stability into everyday life. The coronation symbolizes the shift from private to public life and survives throughout history. Even in a media-saturated era, coronations are religious, patriotic, and historical, drawing national and worldwide attention. Catherine will become queen consort in public image. Modernizing the ceremony will be discussed. Crownings have been analyzed via inclusive theological and historical perspectives in recent decades. The basic Anglican traditions may continue, but organizers may invite representatives of other faiths to observe, use modern music, or make the event more accessible. Catherine and William's traditional yet modern style on that day will be examined. 14. Moving to Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace has been the monarch's London home since 1837. The monarchy's home and administrative center features various rooms and gardens. Tradition dictates that William and Catherine will relocate from Kensington Palace to Buckingham Palace after his succession. National festivities, state banquets, investitures, heads of state receptions, and ceremonial proclamations are held in this palace. Living there puts the monarch at the center of British public life and makes Buckingham the national ceremonial center. Staff increases, security changes, and a larger public agenda necessitating welcoming spaces are practical factors. Buckingham is a private dwelling and public institution, thus the pair must create family spaces. The convention states that if King William predeceases Catherine, his successor shall live in Buckingham Palace. Catherine, as Queen Dowager, would likely move to another royal home to reflect a new reign. After King George VI's death, Queen Elizabeth. The Queen Mother relocated from Buckingham Palace to Clarence House, easing Elizabeth II's future home and demonstrating the relevance of houses in succession planning. Catherine would have more obligations in Buckingham since she must follow the monarchy's strict institutional standards. Only logistics matter. Renovations, modern decor, and practical modifications like childcare and secure communication rooms are needed. Public royal ceremonial customs change with a new sovereign and consort in Buckingham. Art gardens and family rituals will personalize the palace to reflect the monarchy's changing character. 13. Employing royal homes. The king and consort may visit Buckingham Palace, Windsor Castle, Holyrood House in Edinburgh, and Hillsborough Castle in Northern Ireland. Each crown property, the sovereign's official dwelling, held in trust for the nation, is ceremonial and historical. Royal houses host formal audiences, national events, and private retreats. William and Catherine will likely use Windsor Castle for weekends and ceremonies, and Holyrood House for Scottish obligations. The royal may strengthen UK-wide ties with local initiatives at each residence. Monarchy symbolizes national unity and respect for local traditions in many places. Her family received Balmoral Castle in Scotland and Sandringham in Norfolk from Queen Elizabeth II. Instead of crown estates, private assets might be inherited. On private estates, everyday life is quiet and stable. Sandringham celebrates Christmas and family gatherings, while Balmoral hosts summer vacations and a more casual royal lifestyle. These homes would provide William and Catherine a break from royal obligations and family customs. These homes promote tourism history and philanthropy. How the future sovereign and consort open these locations to the public balance, conservation and accessibility and plan civic events will show their care of national heritage. Their sustainability, community participation, and historical interpretation options may change residents' views of Crown residences. 12. Maintaining Sandringham Christmas. Sandringham hosts royal Christmas traditions for decades. Tradition and constancy gave Queen Elizabeth II's and Prince Philip's annual family meetings a regal atmosphere. Following royal custom, William and Catherine will spend Christmas at the Norfolk estate. On Christmas Eve, Sandringham's family exchanges small, often humorous gifts and walks to St. Mary Magdalene Church for the Christmas Day ritual, which is usually public. These rituals humanize the monarchy, create a national tradition, and combine private and public events. By maintaining Sandringham customs, William and Catherine would honor the monarchy's recent history. Maintaining traditions under a new leader stresses stability and ceremony. Their Christmas celebrations may discreetly reflect their preferences, such as a different guest list or reorganization of holiday priorities, giving the impression that a new generation is in charge while still respecting the monarchy's reassuring traditions. How these traditions are passed along matters. They may keep greater seclusion on certain occasions to safeguard the children's confidentially while maintaining their attractive public features in an age of changing public expectations. The balance of warmth and solitude in Sandringham will reveal how a new royal generation handles family and public life. 11. The value of a private secretary. Every senior monarch needs strong advisors, including the private secretary. The private secretary became one of Catherine's most important professional relationships. As chief of staff, this individual manages diaries, briefings, the royal household government, and diplomatic channels and the public program. The private secretary needs judgment, political savvy, and skill. The royals' time and cognitive resources are protected via strategic interactions. Effective consorts depend on secretaries who foresee requirements and quietly manage conflicts, letting the famous person work. Catherine needs a skilled private secretary to analyze invites, advise her on difficult patronage policy issues, and arrange outreach to maximize her platform's influence. The secretary provides emotional support amid personal and national crises. As the hidden driver of a continuous, deliberate public program, the private secretary frequently determines a monarch's cohesiveness, aim, and longevity. Private secretary services may indicate sophistication and priorities. A diplomatic, charitable, or communicative secretary might change the consort's plans. The human character of the job makes chemistry and trust as crucial as skill. Catherine has several patronages and initiatives, thus a skilled secretary might help her reform institutions. 10. Better finances. Title changes enhance financial resources. Crown estate income funds the monarch's staff, travel, palace upkeep, and formal activities via the sovereign grant. The sovereign grant funds royal public duties. The Duchy of Cornwall, a private estate for the heir apparent, funds William's royal obligations. William took over the duchy after his father's ascent, and Prince George will live off the duchy's profits after his coronation. The duchy funds Catherine's office, while the sovereign grant funds her formal activities as queen consort. This change would increase scheduling overseas travel and support personnel. Supplementary funds enable increased staff, overseas travel, and humanitarian efforts. With supplemental funding, the public and Parliament will evaluate its usage and public benefit. Maintaining public confidence demands transparency and accountability. Catherine may utilize the sovereign grant to increase charity and institutional representation, but careful control is needed to ensure her enlarged role is fiscally sustainable and helpful to the public good. Public debate over royal money continues. Questions about the value of specific expenditures and the balance between private wealth and public spending may increase with a new administration. In addition to ceremonial tasks controlling expenditure perceptions, proving demonstrable charitable benefits, and linking expenditures with national objectives will help the consortium retain public trust. 9. University-educated Queen Catherine would be the first university-educated British Queen consort. St. Andrews University awarded her a Master of Arts 2-1 Hons in Art History in 2005. This distinguishes her from her predecessors and shows a royal family's propensity for extensive education and pre-royal employment. As St. Andrews undergraduates, she and William met, beginning their romance outside London's royal orbit. Her degree and academic background are credited with shaping her realistic and perceptive view on royal life. This conceptual framework supports her advocacy, including evidence-based and policy-informed humanitarian activities for early childhood development. A degree-holding partner standardizes birthright and marital duties in higher education for women. Catherine's academic background helps her communicate with professionals, academics, and politicians, bolstering her suggestions. A consort performing ceremonial obligations and being academically qualified promotes a contemporary monarchy that values knowledge, competence, and informed representation. Her patronage and public appearances may depend on her education. University-educated partners may value assessment research and program sustainability above charm. This method may change royal charity expectations from inaugurations to lasting societal benefits. 8. Commonwealth realms. Future King Charles III rules the UK and 14 Commonwealth realms including Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Jamaica. Recently, Republican sentiment has grown in several countries. Some saw Queen Elizabeth II's death as a turning point for national development, and Barbados's 2021 Republican transition proved monarchy might change. William and Catherine's rise may reignite such issues and provoke royal referendums. Historian and royal critic Dr. Anna Whitelock expects further royalty scrutiny and challenges in the coming years. The new king and queen's goals and Commonwealth policies may calm or energize Republicans. Each monarchy adopts its constitution. Historical identity and governance arguments will support the referendum. The monarchy's engagement symbol, modernization, or post-colonial acknowledgement may affect results. By promoting politeness, cultural diplomacy, and variety in symbols, Catherine and William may preserve relationships with foreign leaders. As nations reconsider the suitability of a London-based hereditary monarchy for 21st-century national identities, the trend may be to reduce monarchies. Important is how the team travels between realms. Inclusive state tours that highlight local populations and challenge imperialism may deter Republicans. Antiquated music may expedite change. Therefore, the consort's cultural diplomacy, charity education, and symbolic gestures will affect the monarchy's foreign ties. 7. Mandatory stress. Despite calm and devotion, the work is difficult. Queen consorts must sacrifice much for the crown. Prince Harry said in a 2017 interview that no one wants to be king or queen, but they accept their fate. We will fulfill our responsibilities at the appropriate time, for the greater good of the populace. This illustrates the inheritance conflict. Catherine has high expectations despite her non-royal birth. Before marrying William, she called entering the royal family a daunting prospect, and that emotion may return when she becomes queen consort. Personal sacrifice, public performance, and constant media criticism are needed. Public-private connections are changeable, and vulnerability may spark impassioned national conversation. Tabloids and social media increase scrutiny, changing pressure dynamics. False information, privacy issues, and invasive reporting add to the strain. Support from family, skilled and loyal workers is crucial. To survive, Catherine needs resilience, institutional backing, and public favor. Human resilience and ceremonial competence have kept many monarchies alive and the consort's capacity to balance personal and public obligations will be crucial to a new reign. Unexpected political turbulence, national tragedies, or personal scandals may force the king and consort to act quickly. High-pressure scenarios will challenge their tolerance, emotional intelligence, and empathy. Honor and real effort make the audience more forgiving of mistakes. Catherine's capacity to manage pressure may affect the public's forgiveness or irritation. 6. Current media strategy. To maintain her dignity. Queen Elizabeth II followed "never complain, never explain" in the media. William and Catherine occasionally correct facts in a different way. Kensington Palace protested a publication for inaccuracies and false misrepresentations, which were withdrawn or rectified in 2020. This willingness to correct the narrative suggests that as king and queen they may use a more aggressive media strategy to safeguard their image and retain their dignity. The constant digital news cycle, quick disinformation spread, and worldwide impact of social networks make discreetness difficult. The palace may create narratives via fast reaction teams, formal channels, and strategic visibility. Controlled access to events, carefully managed interviews, and chosen personal comments may humanize the royal couple in modern media. Silence may encourage deception, while disclosure may damage royalty loyalty. Catherine's public friendliness and strategic speech would offset criticism, along with tailored steps to protect the family's privacy and dignity. The palace's handling of the new media ecosystem will affect public opinion and the monarchy's standing. There are ethical and operational issues. How much personal and health information should royals reveal? What should be done about tabloid invasion without promoting further coverage? A contemporary crown communications strategy will balance openness, respect, and secrecy. 5. The Princess of Wales' legacy. When Charles became king, Catherine became Princess of Wales, a regal title. Public perception will forever associate the statement with Diana Williams' mother. Catherine has skillfully preserved that tradition throughout her time, choosing patronages, clothing, and public behavior that inspire continuity without imitation. The Princess of Wales is lauded for promoting mental health, early childhood care, and values-based organizations. Her approach is considered as a subtle homage to Diana's philanthropy, without of comparison or competition. Catherine's non-aristocratic origins drew similarities, but her philanthropy and balanced public presence set her apart. Before taking the throne, she will have spent years developing the Princess of Wales position in a contemporary monarchy. This will shape her behavior as consort. She will continue the princess's public aim on a grander scale, and with the Queen's authority. She will bring accessibility, professionalism, and dignity from her time as Princess of Wales to a job that demands symbolic power and pragmatic public leadership. Balance is crucial. Diana's influence will be felt, but Catherine's management of the princess title shows she can honor the past while moving forward. Her stability will reassure many, but her efforts will be unique. 4. Possible wardrobe changes. Royals utilize clothes for diplomacy and image, not just personal preference. Queen Elizabeth II stood out and conveyed stability in vivid matched clothes. Catherine is famous for the Kate effect. When her clothes sell out, she mixes premium and popular brands for an ambitious yet accessible look. As Queen Consort, her wardrobe will reflect the job's importance and longevity. Her delicate, tailored, and purposeful approach will survive, but British designers may create more formal-fitting designs, homogenizing ceremonial surroundings. Each color gemstone arrangement and sash may indicate respect, affection, or national recognition during state visits and ceremonial ceremonies. Her attire must be durable, attractive, and able to accommodate insignia and orders. Catherine's accessible dress choices will remain key to her appeal, even if funny high-street alternatives appear less regularly in the initial years of a new reign. Communicating royal magnificence while being relatable will be difficult. Apparel will encourage continuity and modernity. Jewelry matters too. Previous generations' tiaras and directions sent diplomatic signals. The right times to wear heritage and commission new items with modern ideals or regional ties will be recognized. She will dress to show respect, continuity, and a new reign. 3. Royal marriage permanence. The Queen is the supreme governor of the Church of England, and although the Church has grown more adaptive since 2002, their marriage is constitutional and symbolic. Political stability is sometimes symbolized by state leaders' marriages. Edward VIII attempted to marry divorcee Wallis Simpson in 1936, causing a constitutional crisis that almost overthrew the monarchy. Similar events make divorce tough at the monarchy's highest levels. A lifelong marriage of public continuity and ethical leadership is expected of the king and consort. However, divorce attitudes have altered. Although a king must marry, the monarchy has changed. William and Catherine's marriage is public and stable. Thus, their relationship is important to public perception of the monarchy's morality and continuance. It affects private and governmental governance. A major collapse might threaten church, parliament, and commonwealth ties, compelling constitutional players to adopt risky actions. Royal marital stability is important emotionally and institutionally. 2. Rethinking family relations. Engagement with royalty by the Middletons changed the monarchy. A possible sovereign's direct family has middle-class, non-aristocratic grandparents for the first time in decades. Michael and Carol Middleton have always supported their daughter and grandkids, offering stability and normality. This familiarity gives the Wales children a household life that earlier generations seldom had. William has praised his wife's parents for creating a welcoming family environment, which has inspired their parenting style, shorter school commutes, family vacations, and a mix of private and public activities to maintain childhood normality. The Middletons show that contemporary royal families may have numerous ancestors. The idea that the Middletons would receive titles or honors following Catherine's coronation is unusual and symbolic. Welsh youngsters see life beyond the royal walls based on their culture, upbringing, and privacy laws. This influence may help a future queen comprehend daily British life, keeping the monarchy relevant in a diverse contemporary society. The Middletons show that royals are not completely isolated from daily life, promoting the royal brand. William and Catherine's modernism will be shown by their privacy-family accessibility balance. 1. Contemporary monarchy. Today, William and Catherine are lauded for modernizing the monarchy. They've tried to make the institution more approachable and dignified via podcasts and restricted social media. They interact with audiences, take photos, and address mental health and the environment more openly than royals. They connect a historic institution to multicultural Britain. Royal analyst Marlene Koenig expects them to be more casual than previous sovereigns and consorts. This informality tries to relate the monarchy to ordinary issues. Personal storylines, public activities, and media that personalize responsibility make the monarchy appear contemporary and normal. It's difficult to maintain royal traditions while meeting modern demands for openness, relatability, and social involvement. Maintaining balance may decide the monarchy's survival. Making royal tradition understandable and relevant to society is modernizing it. William and Catherine may preserve the institution's value for future generations if they effectively blend historical background with modern relevance. Thank you for watching the video. Please let us know your thoughts and goodbye for now.